Awaken, puppets of Geppetto, and welcome fans, new and old, to your next installment of the Lies of P Platinum All Achievements Guide. So here we are, Venini works. We've been chugging along quite well. Hopefully your journey has been as relatively smooth as mine has, if not better. And let's go. Onward and upward, so we dropped down there and we got the Salamander Dagger at the end of the last video. We're now going to continue on.
This place gives me the creeps.
Get your sawtooth ready, as here the enemy at the back is throwing projectiles. What we want to do is use a sawtooth, because the one at the back sees us, the one at the front doesn't. Bop him. Now, the one at the back, we're going to stick to the left rail once we get past the crates so that we don't fall through the floor, and you've just got to be ready to block the projectiles that he throws. Ideally, you could also bypass across the side, but as you saw there, not always an option. We do not want to fall through the floor there. You can see gaps where it is weaker. We want to stay up top, ideally. Grab this hidden moonstone. There is a ladder up here if you fall. However, if you fall, you're going to trigger all of the enemies. This makes it a lot easier if you don't fall down the hole. Walk across. Oh. Block if you outrange that. Rope, 2 charge attacks. Grab a sawtooth wheel to get back the one that you used. Lock onto this puppet here who has a weapon, so we're going to definitely try and get the plunging attack. Don't do a slow walk, do a full size walk, and then you'll get the plunging attack off. Rope. Pop there, and we're going to deal with these last 2. Oh no, hello. Last 3, because we didn't check our notes. We took for granted that we know this area because we've played this game oh so many times. Get the backstab on this puppet, and then just run up and 2 charge attacks to finish off the last one hit. In the chest, shock cartridge, and we're going to equip the Belford shock cartridge, which is going to improve our defences. Repair our durability. Grab Factory's Manager Report, have a read for some lore. Grab a Vivid Ergo fragment. Step forward, big cage drops. Drop down, and you're going to see the double shield puppet when the smoke clears. So this guy's a bit annoying. The key thing is you can only really attack it after it attacks, or if you're behind it so that the shields aren't in the way. We're going to proc our lightning, drop down, block. Oh. That's our opening. We like the kick. We like the kick. There we go. And because we procced, not quite able to behind you with the kick. There we go. And once we got the stagger, it's all gravy. Block again. There we go. Legion Caliber and a hidden moonstone dropped by him every time. Legion Caliber is what we're going to use to upgrade our puppet string. Carry on, and we're going to come across our next butterfly. We don't need the item, but we do need to bop the butterfly. He's going to drop a motivity crank. We want a technique crank, which we will get not in the not too distant future. Grab the thermite. Come to the end, And down we go for our next Stargazer. And this is the point where we go back to the hotel, as we've got quite a lot of resources to spend. Teleport to the hotel. Right. Out we go to refill our Fable. Over to Eugenie.
I know my way around.
Upgrade our electric coil stick to +3. I'm going to disassemble Salamander Dagger. You don't have to do that, that's just me doing housekeeping. Over to Sophia. We're going to spend 1 Vivid and 1 Dim Ergo.
Now that we have a moment, you must. Nobody. That's why we're both. That's all I can. I'll use my power.
Level up. Vitality +3 to 18. More health is always good. Now we're going to have a warp to Chapter 3-2 Union Culvert, which is where we just left off. Okay, left of the pipe here for an electric blitz. We don't need that obviously at the moment, given we've got an electric weapon already. Once you come out, come to the right, you can see there is a lock on. So we're going to come round to the side here and then rope. You don't want to spend long in the corrupted water, as that gives the corruption status, and we definitely don't want that. Grab this radiant Ergo. Come around here, rope a dope, carry on round, grab this Fable Catalyst, and then rope this puppet. If the butlers are puppets, the maids are puppets. Round we go. So, you've already seen, well, you may have already seen, we've got the big boxer with the big wheel. There are also 3 more puppets in this area. So what we want to try and do is get them all up. We're then going to rush back here so we get out of the aggro range for the big guy, so that he starts going back, so that we can then watch out for the Vomit. But what we're going to do is we're going to take out these puppets so that we can then 1v1 Monsieur Biggie. Oh, one of them didn't get up. So, okay, she might be too far away. Ooh. In which case, if the last one doesn't come, I'm going to proc my electric, and now while he's going away, get a free hit in. 2, 3, and second hit. 1, 2, where's your uppercut? There it is. And 4 should be enough for the stagger. And then that's how we deal with him after the puppets. He's a respawner, so I'm not going to grab his item, but I recommend that you do. Now I'm going to come back round the right side. rope. Bop. So you can see that the lamp has changed colour, which means there is a butterfly nearby. Grab this vivid ergo. We're going to prioritise the butterfly. So run, keep running forward. Bop, bop. Oh, no. Oh, butterfly, no. Bop. And then I thought the butterfly was going to be 2 hits, which is why. So go in there, go for the 3 hits needed. So hit the butterfly 3 times here, deal with the puppets here. Puppet two from this side, 1 from this side. You get a hidden moonstone from the butterfly, hidden moonstone that I picked up by that barrel. And then Venini's urgent repair tool over here. And those hidden moonstones are the main thing that we were looking for from this area. Come back through and let's rest at the Stargazer. Right, now onward we go. We're going to rope this puppet. Do not walk into that hallway. You'll see why momentarily. 2 charge attacks. This is why. The moment you walk in, that's what happens. Run down, be prepared, you're going to get attacked. Pop this puppet. Once it's gone, grab dim ergo, wait for the next one. Come over here, grab dim ergo chunk, which gives you more than the normal fragments do. Let this puppet die to the boulder. He's a little closer than I'd like, so I'm just going to finish him off with a charge attack. 2 boulders is enough to deal with all of these puppets. Once that boulder goes, I'm going to come up here. And as you can see, the overheat status has impacted them. They've gone orange on their health dials, and they're taking regular fire damage from it. Over here, grab an emergency protection, open this door. We're going to come back to this door later, but for now we're going to keep going onward. Charge and get ready to block. There we go. To defeat him, and then 1 more. Once you're past here, you're safe, and now we can get the backstab on this before we open this chest for our 7th normal weapon, the fire axe. Wait for a fresh boulder to drop. And now we can go through the hole in the wall. Grabbing a vivid fragment. Hang a left. And we reach recurring characters, the fox and the cat.
Ooh, admirers seem to follow me everywhere.
So, note them, but don't talk to them, is my recommendation. If you talk to the cat, he's going to try and sell you some forged documents as a scam. They are scam artists, however they are useful scam artists. We want them on our side. The only thing here to note is, there's more of that corruption water in the bottom there. We're going to have to clear that before we can fight that puppet of the future down there. So, we grab a star fragment here, we don't talk to the fox and cat, and we can continue onward. 2 charge attacks, Once you come into here, we're going to use rope to split up a trio of puppets. So once you've dealt with the first one, there we go. Grab the vivid Ergo fragments, come around here, and we can open our first Trinity door. So, Trinity doors all have, well, the first 4 all have something in common. You have the Trinity card. You'll have something new written on the wall or the floor, and more importantly, in each one you will have a safe. This safe has a new coat and quartz inside of it. The Blue Blood's tailcoat, and might as well fancy. Most important there was the quartz, of course. Attribute resistance ampule, and then push the button, drop the ladder, which drops you to where we fought the shield enemy. So you can keep going up there for the Stargazer. Although we're going to get to another Stargazer shortcut in the near future, so don't worry too much about that one. If you don't have any heals, then it's probably worth it. However, if you've got at least 2, you should be fine, so long as you stick to the strategies that I am advising. Walk up. Don't go further than those planks. You only want to fight this first crawler puppet, because once you get past the planks, you get the remaining 3 come out. Come back into here. Once they get to the end of the pipe, they have to drop down, and we're going to abuse rope to try and make this a one-on-one fight. Wasted our first rope. Cross, left. We're not going to quite go to the red area yet. Instead, we're first going to come down here. Note that there are 2 puppets here. Get a charge attack off and finish this first one. The second one should then start to come to us. We're going to rope and charge. If he does the shove, just remember that there's normally a secondary attack coming afterwards. And they do a fair chunk of damage. Come down here for a saw blade. Saw blade is a throwable, similar to Sawtooth, only it does respectable amounts of damage. So, there is a door there, however, the moment we get close to it, a boiler puppet is going to come play. And all we're going to do, he's pretty fast, we're just going to rush into a space where we have more of an open area to fight him. Get your blocks ready, and what we want is when he does this, back away. Perfect block if you can, but we're waiting after any big swings. Once he goes down, there it is, he spews fire, so just make sure you don't keep going too aggro, otherwise... Right, double backdash. When he does his unblockable, well, perfect block only. Fury attack is the correct term, there you go. So when you defeat him, you automatically pick up Swordsmanship Master's Amulet and a Hidden Moonstone. And now that he's defeated... Was it Hidden Moonstone? I didn't actually write it down, I didn't notice. Doesn't matter. It's either Ergo or Hidden Moonstone. Grab Attribute Purification Ampule. So those are what heal when you get, if you get overheated or any such similar status. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to equip that on the up on my extra bag. So extra bag, if you're on PlayStation, you hold X, Xbox you hold A, and then you can see it gives you the options up, down, left and right for those. Come through here. This is the door we just opened. That's leading back to the cat and the fox. And that's where we're going to head. Shotgun. Yep. So, we're now going to go up the stairs instead of back through there. And you'll see now, because we pulled that lever where the boiler puppet was, that has cleared all of that corrosion water. Come up here, pull this lever, and that's going to drop the pipe for a new shortcut back to the first stargazer of this area.
Oh, fantastic. The pipe fit like a glove.
Okay,
Well,
so now
like a
that's the
pipe.
quickest way to get back to this side,
Idioms, you
or the
know?
easiest way. Into here, 2 of these are enemies. Use a sawtooth on one. And so both should drop. Rope, charge, and swing. Upstairs for the doctor's confession. Have a read of that for a bit of lore. Inside here, up the stairs for an article about Venini, a character that we're about to see. Have a read of that if you are not already familiar. Grab special purification ampule. So there are 2 different types. So this heals overheat, electric shock, decay and corruption. And the special one is shock, break and disruption. For the early parts of the game, it's only, well, for majority of things, it's going to be the blue attribute purification ampule that we need. In fact, while I am managing my equipment, I'm also on the right D-pad, I'm going to equip our resistance ampule, which buffs your resistance to those things, so it takes a little bit longer for you to get effective. This is kind of boss prep, so don't worry too much. So, down we go, and we now have a crazed stalker.
All puppets must die.
So before you talk to him,
Oh, it's the
proc your
only way
electric.
to be sure. All puppets. Wait.
All puppets must die. He goes, you're a puppet.
All puppets must die. Kill the puppets.
So this is another one of those ones. Defense and backstabs are your best friends against him. He is very nimble. He jumps around a lot. And defense and backstabs is pretty much how you deal with all stalkers, to be honest. Don't worry if you have to use all your heals up on him.
I can't tell what's blood and what's oil.
But we have to defeat him, as we need a gesture that we get. A, because we need all the gestures of the game anyway, and B, because we're going to use it to pretend to be a stalker ourselves. You stole my backstab game. Thank you.
I wish I'd known. It's a lie.
Oh. Can be difficult. Might take a couple of attempts, but you've got the red pipe to get to this area from the first stargazer of this zone, if you need to. So he drops his clothes and the stalker's promise gesture you get from there. There we go. Some new threads, looking a bit more suave, thanks to that. The key thing there is that is gesture number 5 of 17. And it opens these doors. So, from these doors, grab Hidden Moonstone. And now... What is gonna be... Nope. Sorry. Apologies there. I got confused in my notes for a second. Here, and then we're back to this stargazer here. Have a rest here. And although we've got quite a few Ergo, this next boss is very straightforward so long as you just play it safe. We also don't have to fight anything else on the way to the boss, so even if you do get defeated by him, you can quickly get back your Ergo without worrying about losing any of it getting hit. So come up, back up the same ladder, out here, to the balcony, push the button to drop the ladder, grab dim Ergo fragment, down we go, pop your electric, lock onto a leg, and if he's stamping his legs, then keep your distance. What we're waiting for is attacks that involves arms. So, when his legs are moving... There we go, that's what we want. We're just waiting for him to do this move, and we get 3 charge attacks off, and then he'll start moving again. That's the move that we're waiting for. If he does a stamp, you can get a single swing off. If he does little steps, just make sure you're ready to block. Just, come on. Nope. Stamp. 1 swing. Come on. Just waiting for you to do your... Why are you not doing your swing? Nope. Stamp. Swing. For the stream recorded session. Proc when you get 2 fables, just so that you do increased lightning damage. Charge attack. Gonna start doing charge attacks after a single leg stomp. Single swing after a double because he can do a double. Stomp. Charge. There we go. First down. Come over to the knee. If you're already there, then you can get a charge attack first, otherwise just make sure you get the crit. And that's why we block. Once he raises an arm, you're fine to go attacking, and get back your health that you lost while blocking. Just make sure you don't get hit by that. That does so much damage. 1 stomp, 1 charge, proc. Stomp, charge, whoop. Make sure we block whenever he's moving his feet normally. Stomp, charge, there we go, there's a second. Go to the knee, let's get critical. Charge, and there we go. So yeah, very predictable, has very few moves. Once you're between his legs, as long as you're blocking and you avoid getting hit by the stomps, there's really nothing to worry about with him. Open this chest for your 8th normal weapon out of the 29, and the one we're going to use for the rest of the run, the Booster Glaive. Now, grab Dim Ergo, Hidden Moonstone, and I believe a Star Fragment? No, Radiant Ergo Fragment. In my notes I've got it's Ergo or a Star Fragment. Have a repair. Up the ladder. Get a charge attack off, and then back away. 1, 2, uppercut. 2 more charges. Get ready to block. 2, is he going to do a third? Nope. Get the stagger. And as you can see, these other puppets are coming. You, and now we finish you. So just be careful. If it becomes a 3-on-1 situation, you just need to make sure, like that, try and get them split up. Healing doesn't matter too much because we are right at the next Stargazer. Well, the first Stargazer rather than the next one. And from here, we're going to teleport back to the hotel. We've got a lot of resources to spend. Puppet of the Future dropped Quartz and Radiant Ergo. So we have another 2 Quartzes at this stage. Right. Firstly, come over, refill your Fable if you need to. Mine's full, so we're good.
I know
Come
my
over
way
to
around a
Eugenie.
weapon.
Upgrade, and let's put 2 levels into our Booster Glaive. We are going to spend 3 Vivid and our Radiant chunk for 2,000.
I'll use my power.
Sophia, put 2 into Vitality to get that to 20, and then we're going to put 5 into Capacity to get that up to 15. So, Vitality is up to 20, Capacity is up to 15. Up the stairs. Over to our organs. Activate P-Organ. And now over to phase 2. We're going to go to increase pulse cells 2, so we're going to get an extra +1. And we're going to first one. Level 2 attack. We're going to enhance Perfect Guard Destruction. So it does more damage to enemy weapons when you do a successful Perfect Guard. And then on survival type, we're going to enhance Pulse Cell Recovery 1, which means when we use a Pulse Cell, it recovers more of our health. Now that we've increased our max health, we want to get more healing out of Pulse Cells. That way we have to use less of them because we get more heals per Pulse Cell. Double checking. come back down, and I don't know why I split the leveling up.
I'll use my power gel.
If you don't have a level, it means that that 300 extra I got from fighting those 2 sabers and 1 extra dog in a previous video you didn't get, at which point spend 1 more Vivid Ergo and you will have enough to get this extra level in. And what we're going to do is we're going to put it into Technique. We're going to start increasing our damage more now that our vitality and our capacity is where we need it for now. Now we can use the Stargazer. Teleport to 3-1, the Union entrance, now that we have the pipe shortcut. We're keeping the electric coil stick for a little bit longer. So from this way, we are able to rope, charge and pop these 2 before we have to fight the stronger enemy. So we'll proc, get 1 charge attack off, get ready to block. Cuts, and that should be staggered. Done. Grab Radiant Ergo, and we're going to cross the pipe. Onward we go.
Alright, Venini. Put yourself together.
And we can hear Venini talking to himself. Grab Star Fragment, come through here,
Stalker's just left me.
and talk
That's
to
rather
Venini.
disloyal.
We're going to get
Quite
the
insulting.
fear
Oh,
gesture.
easy now. Hold on. Stalker. My butler. The factory.
There we go, gesture number 6 of 17, fear.
Before all this, I'm told. How did? Before all this, I'm told. How did?
Exhaust his dialogue, repair and rest at this Stargazer. So this boiler puppet you can see that's walking around here, we are going to wait for him to get around. If you don't have 2 Fable already, then go to your items and use a Fable Catalyst. You should have at least 1 at this, well actually no, to be honest. How many have I got? I got 2 extra, so 6 and so, yeah, you'll have plenty. You'll have 3 on you. Use Fable Catalyst until you have at least 2, so that you can apply additional electric to make this an easier fight. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and get a plunging attack. It doesn't always work, for reasons unknown to me. There we go. Plunging attack plus a charge means you get the stagger as long as you've got the extra electric proc. Remember to keep back and then get a free charge attack in after he does his fury attack. And there we go. That's how we make him as easy as possible. Drops a radiation converter and a hidden moonstone. And we are going to immediately equip the radiation converter. Minor improvement to our physical damage reduction, but a significant fire damage reduction, which is what's going to help us in the boss up ahead. Now, in case, I mean, I lost some damage there, and in case you've had to use any resources, that boiler puppet does not respawn. So, we're going to come back to the Stargazer, have a rest, and then continue on to clear this area. So for this part, I'm going to equip the booster glaive. Puts us at 53% weight, which is fine. So long as you are below 60, then all is good. Once you hit 60 or above, it starts to encumber your stamina recovery speed, notably. So, block walk, and then get the backstab on this guy. Grab a hidden moonstone. Walk down these steps. Once you get to roughly here, start to run so that you don't get hit by this. 2 hits, dodge, run, rush attack, and so the extra range we've got makes a massive difference. Come around here and charge attack. Oh, missed that. Let's try again. There we go. For the booster swipe. So good. An advancing strong attack. So good. Once you've defeated the ground floor, we're going to come back up, and as you would have noticed, I was able to walk onto this beam when we got the plunge attack, and there is more beam to go. So come here, come to the right, grab iron protection, keep coming, charge attack, pop, here, charge attack, pop, and grab a technique crank, very important. And you can see why already I'm starting to really like this booster glaive. So much damage. The scaling for technique is already good, and we're going to make it even better. Get Descartes' note. Keep coming. And an advancing charge attack means you can be out of the range of their attack and then zoom in for a big damage. We're going to jump this gap, so remember it's clicking in the left stick while sprinting to jump. Grab dim ergo fragments, and as you can see there's quite a few enemies here. Rope. And the range and the extra sweep is so good. The only thing you need to be mindful of is if you're attacking near a wall, you may hit the wall and not get your attack through. I'm not quite sure what happened there, why it's not showing it. Maybe because I'm out of combat, it's not worrying about it. Anyway, grab another attribute, Purification Ampule, which is going to help significantly on the boss because he does do at least once, he will do an attack that does guaranteed overheat on you. So at which point you have to hold X, press up on your D-pad if you've equipped where I have, to heal overheat. Overheat does continual damage over time on your health until the status bar leaves. And it stays around for a good, like 5 to 10 seconds. I don't know exactly what it is, but it does. At least half of your health bar is going to get shredded by overheat. And 6 is a great number of pulse cells, but not enough to be healing that as well as boss damage on you. So now we've done the upper section, we're going to use the pocket watch, and we're going to walk back to the hotel. If you need to, refill your fable outside. Come to your genie. Alter handle. And make sure on the bottom you are on your booster glaive and technique crank. And we're going to apply the technique crank. So on the right, what you can see is it takes away motivity scaling, but it adds, our technique improves from a B scaling to an A scaling. And considering that our damage is all coming from technique, that's a significant improvement over time. So add the technique crank onto our booster glaive handle. So scaling is on the handle, damage is on the weapon. So the scaling obviously adds to your damage. However, the +2 is on the blade, the crank is on the handle. That's all you need to know. So when we're assembling weapons later, it's important to know that the scaling will be on your handle and the damage is on your weapon head. disassemble the axe if you're playing the same way that I am and just keeping your inventory tidy. Come over to Sophia,
I'll use my power to...
and let's put another level into our technique. Warp over to 3-3, the works control room where we just were. And we're going to clear the lower enemies again. We don't need to do the top. But these lower 4 we are going to deal with in the same way. Once you get to the table, block walk, walk, block walk, walk, block walk, and okay. That's fine. As you can see, not an issue if we don't get the backstab. Walk down. Once you get past this puppet, start to run so that he misses. Slash, slash, dodge. Once you get your stamina back, run, slash, slash before he does another attack. Let your stamina come back up. Charge attack. Gone. So, with them defeated, there is a genuine debate here whether to use the booster glaive or the electric coil stick at this point. The booster glaive, the advantage is that charge attack that you can get off. It does more damage per hit. However, getting the electric damage on, in my opinion, is slightly better for this boss fight. This is going to be a difficult fight. There's no sugarcoating it. King's Flame Fuoco, he is very damaging. The status from the fire is a notable thing. The spirit's going to die during the fight, most likely. Yeah, it's tough. It may take you a few attempts. If you do run out of star fragments, then what you're going to have to do, I'm afraid, is you're going to have to try and farm enemies to try and get more as random drops. Realistically, at this point, with the build that you've got, which is matching mine, this is probably going to take a newer player maybe 3 attempts. Or, if you're better than me, you could do it in 1. Would love it if the guide is helping this fight for you. This was definitely the first boss that really started to give me trouble. One health bar. Once he gets to phase 2, he then inflames the whole floor, which is why you get guaranteed overheat, and also starts to use his gun for range attacks, which gets very annoying. So when he does start to open his chest, we're going to use a resistance ampule, holding X and pressing right on the D-pad, and then we're going to heal it a couple of seconds after we get hit by it, because it can, one fire floor can hit you twice. So we've summoned the Spectre with star fragments, we've got our electric on, we're going to see if he's going to pay attention to the spirit. The answer is no. Focus on defense first, or just get hit by it because you suck. That's right. There we go. Right. Let's start getting some hits in here. Dodge. When he does his run, he runs in a straight line. Once he does this, that's 3 spins. So if he starts spinning, remember it's 3 spins. Heal, proc, electric. Block, big swing. Can I get him staggered before he's gonna... Oh, yes, we can. No. Only hit him when it's safe. Yes. I'm gonna get a heal in rather than an extra attack. Get to the circle. This is going fantastically. We're gonna hit him before he even sets fire to the floor. Wow. Okay, that went super well for me. Baton is definitely the weapon to go for this fight. The key thing is it's the triple spin attack. If he puts his fist down and keeps it down, he is going to spin 3 times. Do not rush in until after the 3rd spin. And I was a bit too aggressive. Realistically, wait for the big slam. That's your chance to get 2 charge attacks off. But as you can see there, it is very much beatable in that sense. I mean, realistically, I should have let him open his chest up to do the fire spew when he gets to half health, but I wasn't going to miss the stagger opportunity there. All that happens is he stops, he kneels down, he opens his boiler plate up, and then he sets fire to the whole ground. At which point, and to keep up with what items you will have used, I'm going to spend now... the moment his knee goes down when he's on half health or lower, you immediately hold X and you press right on the D-pad. You use a resistance ampule. You will then get... the floor will catch fire. You'll get caught with overheat. You're going to wait a couple of seconds. Yes, you're going to take a bit of damage, and then you're going to press up on the D-pad, and you're going to heal it by using one of your healing ampules at the top there. So I've used one of each item. After that, he starts dashing around and shooting with his gun. Prioritize your block, and then run in, block, run in. Make sure you're always applying your electricity with triangle whenever you get 2 Fable slots. And then that is how you beat the boss.
What do we have
Investigate
here? A broken
or Pulcinella,
puppet.
but don't worry, the next time we see
I seem to
him,
remember
he will be
someone on the
fixed.
2nd floor. Think it belongs to him? We gotta ask what happened sometime. Now's good.
Repair, don't rest, but repair. So, after all of that, what was important to know, we got our 8th trophy, the King's Flame trophy, the moment you defeated King's Flame Fuoco. He drops his boss Ergo, the high power flame amplifier, which is going to give us another Legion arm, and the flame grindstone, as Venini is going to enable us to be able to add elements onto our grindstone so that we have an option to be able to apply different elements to our weapons. We're now going to run back so we can talk to Venini. And he's clapping, and we're going to get... no, we don't get a gesture yet, we get it, we're back at the hotel.
You're back! Pulcinella was proof that puppets... But the puppets are...
Yep, so he's basically saying he's going to go back to the hotel, fix Pulcinella.
I can... But that's for the...
From here, use the Stargazer. Teleport back to the hotel, and we can see Venini's face next to the hotel, ready to talk to us. Right, let's equip our booster glaive as the weapon we are now going to use.
If it isn't my savior.
Refill our Fable.
You made it back in one piece, my friend.
Let's come to you, Genie.
I know my way around.
Upgrade booster glaive to +3. Let's talk to Venini. Venini.
There you are, my boy. Without the fact...
He's going to give us the grindstone modification tool.
It's a grind... then my
Talk to him again.
You are... I will also... I always...
Talk to him again, and now talk about Pulcinella. This is important because it gets you a gesture.
Of course, if you ever need...
There is the swagger gesture, gesture number 7 of 17.
I always welcome friends.
Ask for the puppet frenzy,
I...
and switch the grindstone of the grinder. Let's equip our flame grindstone onto our grinder. Come over to Venini's craft machine and craft Legion arm, and we can craft the Flamberge using the high-powered flame amplifier we just got from the Flame King Fuoco. On my blind playthrough, I didn't use it because I was so sure it was going to come up for something else that I would want instead. And no, this is the only use for the high-powered flame amplifier. So craft your Flamberge. You now have 4 out of the 8 Legion arms of the game. 4 more to go. In the Deus Ex Machina, Pandemonium, Aegis, which we definitely will be using, and the Falcon Eyes. So we're going to create the Aegis, and then it doesn't matter the order of the other 3, and then that will be your Legion arms. We have a Legion caliber, so modify. On our puppet string, make sure you're definitely on puppet string, and unlock the trace ability using 1 Legion caliber. What this means now, we'll use the videos to show you. If you press L2, you do get over here. And if you hold L2, instead of pulling them to you, you pull yourself to them. Very useful, nice little level up there. The flame grindstone that we put onto our grinder, you can see now the grinder has a little flame symbol in the top right of the icon. What that does is if you hold block, hold L1, and then press square, you will apply flame to your weapon. If you have a lightning grindstone on, it does lightning and so forth. We're going to use a couple of different grindstones throughout the run. The key thing to note, we can only do it once per rest. It will refill when you go back to the Stargazer. So it's something we will only be using selectively when we apply it. Come over to Pulcinella.
Buongiorno, and welcome to the House of Venini. I am at the house.
Purchase. We are going to purchase 1 Technique crank, the Electric Blitz grindstone, and then 2 of the liners. We are going to get the fiber reinforced liner, which is this first one, which improves slash damage reduction. And we're going to get the spaced liner, which improves strike damage reduction. You are welcome to buy the multi-layer, however I'm not going to purchase it. Although there are some pierce damages, by the time we need something that does significant of amounts of that, we'll have something better. So the only 2 really of note at the moment are slash and strike. So make sure you get those 2. And we are going to equip the spaced armor liner, which is the strike damage resistance. Head over to Sophia. Let's spend 2 dim Ergo and 2 radiant Ergo.
I'll use my power.
Talk to her about her power.
Now you. I'll use my
Level up. And let's put 2 levels into our technique. Again, yes, I used items and I have more remaining Ergo. There is a world, because it happened in one of my test runs, where you won't have this amount of Ergo. I can't remember quite what changed in it, but the spending is just to make sure, just in case. I don't know what enemies it is that could get missed. It might be the ones by the pipe. Yes, I think it is those, if you don't rest in between the pipe before you go to Fuoco. Yes, that's what it is. So just in case you didn't do that rest, then that's why you'd need to spend those items. But that's the end of this video. Need to cut it here because I'm running out of time. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I can't wait to see you in the next video. I hope you're enjoying the guide. Thank you again, and bye for now.